Will the Bitcoin bear market end in 2 months and Bitcoin bottoms and sends up into a new bull market? How we doing, bullies? Welcome back to another streamy TV video where on this channel we mainly cover Bitcoin alongside other crypto, altcoins and stocks. And right now, as we can see, if we look at the 4-year chart comparison sheet that I've had on this channel and showcased in loads of previous videos, we can see when we got the top in 2017 in December, 1 year later in December of 2018 we bottomed. In 2021, when we peak in November, 1 year later in November of 2022 we get the bear market bottom. And again, if you're maybe not finding these videos enjoyable, because I don't think anyone's finding the bear market enjoyable, but if you're finding value in these videos, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe if you're enjoying the content so far. So this cycle round, we've had the top in October of 2025. So are we going to see a year until the bottom, which would put us at October of this year, which as it stands is 2 months away. Now, that doesn't need to be a year like we've seen in the last two cycles. It could be less than a year. The bottom could be in. There's three options. The bottom could be in, and we're going to break out here. Or we bottom around October and we have that 1 year of bear market, 52-week bear market like we've seen in 2018, 2022 bear market, repeating 2026. Or we could get an extended and we get a low into the start of next year. So it would be just over a year. I'm opting for option 2 and 3 personally. I don't think there's been that much capitulation yet in the space really. If we actually look at Bitcoin from the highs, has went down 54% so far. If we look at previous bear markets, 76%, and the cycle before that, 84%. So I would reckon we'll either bottom around October time or just after, and the price will obviously be a lot lower than it is right now, and that will bring in the final capitulation leg. But as we stand from that October peak, as we said, we've seen a year in the previous two bear markets. So will it be a year again? And the 4-year cycle well and truly in control. And there's loads of people out there saying the 4-year cycle's dead, but it's literally playing out to an absolute T. When you see when this trend line breaks, that is the time to go. And yeah, yet to see this trend line break. So potentially, if we break out around October, good stuff. And then we'll take it from there. So potentially we keep doing this, maybe break out, back test, and then off we go, and we get that massive leg up like we've seen here, once we get out of that 1 year of bear market. And yeah, we'll keep following this to see if it plays out. But so far, since flipping bearish in February, Bitcoin's obviously continued down, and the whole crypto market's been bleeding with it, unfortunately. But we need this 1 year of reset to get the many years of upside in the space. So now within this current period of time that we're in, if we go on the 1 day chart here and we zoom in, you can see Bitcoin, since the bear market started up here, the peak in October, that 126k, we've just been putting in bearish patterns and breaking down. Now the period we're in right now kind of to me looks like more of like a rising wedge. These like rising wedge, bear flag, rising wedge. Or we can also, if we go, it's kind of like a range in here. You can see it's just a box with the price. Bitcoin's been up at 66k and it's been down at 58k, about a 10k range here, and that has been over about a 2-month period of us just chopping around, which is what happens in bear markets. We get these chops. Now obviously in this 1 year of downtrend we typically see like in 2022, we get the grinds up, the slow grinds up where everyone thinks we're back. Like when Bitcoin went down to 60k in February, but then over the span of the next 3 months, Bitcoin then rose up to 82k, which for Bitcoin that pumped 36%, and in that time period everyone's saying we're back, that's the bottom for the bear market, etc. Before obviously what happens is we get an absolute explosion to the downside of 30%, and it wrecks everyone. We then sweep these lows and everyone in stupid positions and started buying the fallen knives, got wrecked yet again. And yet again, what we're seeing here is like a rising wedge kind of thing, range, 10k range that Bitcoin's been in, which I do think we're going to keep going lower between now and the end of the year, because I don't think there's been that massive capitulation yet in the market. I think too many people are calling the bottom. Too many people, like, the sentiment just isn't there for the bottom to be in my opinion. For what that's worth, that 2 pence is worth. I could be completely wrong. This is just me journaling my thoughts on the market. But again, we can take the price action from the last cycle. And again, you can see we would have longer to go. So I do think the bottom is a bit premature for now, and we'll continue to monitor it. Let's see if this range continues and then potentially breaks the upside, and that's the bottom in. What happens, price was just to do this, one flush, and then off we go, and that would be the buying opportunity. That would be the black swan or whatever news event, and what narrative comes at the time. We'll just wait and see, but every bear market, we tend to get... So yeah, if we look at this bottom to that high, you can see we get below the 0.786 fib in here, which if that was to repeat again, these are all just scenarios, there's absolutely no guarantees of this happening. That would be around 40k. And again, we can see month 47 marked out on another chart, and basically the last two bear markets, on the 47th month of the 4-year cycle, that's when Bitcoin's bottomed, and that would take us to about October time. So again, this chart is all I'm covering in this video. Short and sweet video, just kind of highlighting there's about 2 months left if we were to repeat the last two cycles. But I am open to the fact that it could be maybe the low comes early next year. But I think the bear market from October last year, it's been painful, but I do think we're definitely over halfway through the bear market in my opinion. And it's just about staying in the game and sensing opportunities when they arise and pouncing. So yeah, that's going to be all for this video. If you have enjoyed it, smash the like button and I will see you in the next one. And also, are we seeing stablecoin dominance here? Tether looking to chase that 4-year high like we've seen back in October 2022 at the bear market low. That would make sense. One final peak, and that would be while Bitcoin comes into its 4-year low. Let's monitor these charts. There's absolutely no guarantees of any of this. The bottom could be in. I don't think it is. That's just my 2 pence for all it's worth. And yeah, let's see how this all plays out. But yeah, we'll keep making videos on this channel and we'll be here into the bull market when it arrives. We've stuck the tough time out. Hopefully that's 10 months with 2 months to go. Potentially there could be 3 or 4 months left, but for me, we're well and truly over halfway. The end's in sight. And yes, there might be the flush that comes that would be the most painful, because it could take us Bitcoin all the way down to what, 50, 40, 30k, nobody actually knows, but that would be the most painful for the ones that have stuck around, but also the most opportunity in the market. So yeah, we'll keep monitoring the stablecoin chart and the Bitcoin chart, and in the next video I'll be covering other total crypto market caps, Ethereum, Solana, stuff like that. Let me know what else you want to see in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.